Hello everyone, welcome to this R programming session. Let me introduce myself. I am Nasir Ali, lecturer in statistics. Today we are going to discuss one of the popular and powerful programming language, that is R programming. As you know, R is widely used for data analysis and statistical tasks. It's totally free, it's open source and widely used by researchers, data scientists and statisticians. Whether you are working on data cleaning, building a statistical model or creating a visualization, R will give you all tools you need. So now let's begin with some R basic operations. In this video, I will explore how to create a variable, and the more technical term is vector. So now let's begin with some basic operations in R. So I have opened my R studio. So let's first create a vector called x is equal to c. I will use c function. C stands for combine. Let's have some random numbers. This will be 11 and 19, and I will define one more variable named y. Y is equal to, and I will put again random value 3. Okay, so I define both x and y with the same length, which is important for operations we will perform later. Now I want to count the number of element in the vector in x or y variable. In x or y vector, I am using word variable instead of vector because it's a beginner level video, so I don't want you to be confused between vector and variable. Suppose vector and variable are same for now. We will discuss in later video in detail. Now I want to count the number of elements present in x or y. How I will do this? I will use the function length of x, okay, and then control enter. So here it is, there are 9 elements present in x, and I will similarly do for y, same. So there are also 9 elements present. Now let's perform a vector operation by adding x and y, which means that I will add both the vector x and y. I will define a new variable named z is equal to x, then put a sign of plus and y, and simply control enter, execute it, and to display it I will write print. So here it is, the answer. One thing you notice that the first element of x is added to the first element of y, the second of the x is added to the second of the y. So when I execute z is equal to x plus y, it create a new vector named z, and when I print z, I get the result of 14, 16, 34 and all this. Each value is sum of the corresponding elements from both the vectors x and y. So moving on, let's explore the vector indexing. Vector indexing mean to access a specific element from your vector. Sometimes you need to access to check any element of your list. How you do this? You will write only x rectangular bracket and put the element you want to access. Let's say I want to access the second element. I will simply write x square brackets and I will put the position, index position is 2, and simple control plus enter. Here it is the answer. So 12 is the second value in my x vector. In this way, if I replace it with 5, so here it is. In this way I can change the last value, which is the 9th. So you can easily access any value from your vector. Similarly, you can do this for y, only replacing this. So here it is. One thing to note that you can also modify the element using the same method. Here I want to change the second value of vector x. I will simply write x of 2 is equal to 50, okay, which means that I want to replace my second value with 50, and simply control plus enter, execute code, and let me print this. So here it is. The second value was 12, but after changing, after modifying, it's 50. So in this way you can use indexing to modify any value, any element inside your vector. Notice that only second element has changed while the rest remain the same. Only the element, only the value you called will be changed. Now in the last code I have access only one element, but time you have to access multiple values. How you can do this? For this I will simply write I want to access element 3 element from y. I will write y square brackets, and so I will use the c, which is combine function. Which value I want to call? I want to call 1, third and fourth value. Here it is. So first value of y is 3, third is 2, and the fourth is 1. Okay, you can verify it. Now suppose you have data of row vectors and you want to combine them. How you will do this? You will use the rbind function which stands for rbind, combines different vectors as row matrix. Here I will write r data is equal to rbind, and I will put the variables I want to bind, that is in my case x and y, and I will simply execute it. I will get a 2 by 9, which means that there are 2 rows and each row corresponds to one of our vector with x on the top and y below. So let me show you this by print our data. Okay, so here it is. Alternatively, we can use cbind, which stands for column bind, to combine vector as columns. So I will write c data is equal to c bind, and I will put x and y and then simply execute it. So this will create a 9 by 2 matrix where x is the first column and y is the second. Printing c data, this shows each vector as a column, which is ideal for datasets where variables are represented as columns. So that's all about today's video. So these operations form the foundations for working with data in R. I encourage you to try this code yourself and experiment with different vectors to solidify your understanding. Please subscribe for more tutorials, share your feedback or questions in the comment section, and consider liking this video to support this channel. Thank you for your attention.